Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, brought to you today by Poseidon Nickel, ASX code POS. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now by the Managing Director of Poseidon Nickel, Peter Harold. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Matt.
Poseidon is a name that resonates throughout the Australian mining industry with a pedigree that dates back to the discovery of the famed Mount Windara nickel mine in 1969 that sent the stock market into an unsurpassed trading frenzy at the time. More than 50 years on and the Windara mine remains a key Poseidon asset. However, it was the Black Swan Nickel project north of Kalgoorlie that really lit a fire under the company's share price more recently in the wake of the high-grade Golden Swan nickel discovery. Peter, results continue to come in thick and fast from Golden Swan. You tabled some really good drill numbers in the last week. What are the best ones?
We've had some great results. 10.5 metres, just over 3%, nearly 5 metres at 1.2, 9 metres at 4%, and 31 metres at 2.4, and then 1 metre at a fantastic 14.5%, and other results to come in. We had another 2 metres of massive, which is going to go very high, which we're waiting on assays. So, some fantastic results coming through.
What are some of the best drill numbers to date at Golden Swan? What are the sort of headline numbers out there?
Oh, well, look, at previous announcements, we were putting out sort of 7 metres of, nearly 4%, and 17 metres of 3, but some of the original discovery holes, sort of 6 metres at 9.5, 7.5 metres at 8.8, 9 metres at 10.46. There's some very, very high grade. We'd almost call it ultra high grade nickel sulfides in that lot.
The old Silver Swan nickel mine out that way was found in 1995 or 1996, I think, with a pre-mining resource of about 660,000 tonnes, going a pretty impressive 9.5% nickel. Are you seeing any geological similarities with Golden Swan to Silver Swan?
Oh, there certainly is some analogy there, yeah. I worked for MPI back in those days, so I was around when we discovered that in 95, and it was a very, high grade. The original resource was 440,000 tonnes at 14%, 60,000 tonnes of nickel. If we can find another one of those, it'd be fantastic. But we're certainly onto something similar. It's only about 300 metres to the south, so it's very, very close to existing infrastructure. We can get across there very quickly, and we're already sitting above the mineralisation right now. So in terms of infrastructure, it's great, but also just in terms of, what potentially could be another channel as rich as Silver Swan, we could be onto something like that.
When are we likely to see a maiden resource out of Golden Swan?
We're hoping to have it out towards the end of the third quarter of this year, so in sort of around August, September time.
Peter Harold from Poseidon Nickel, thanks for joining me today on Bulls and Bears. And remember, we're only here to give you information, not advice, which you should of course seek independently. I'm Matt Birney and this is Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page at 6pr.com.au and click the Public Companies tab.